Happy birthday, Daddy!
I'm Harold Bennett, and I'm sitting here with Mr. William Thomas Robie. We're here at McDonald's, and we're celebrating a very special day for Mr. Robie. Mr. Robie, tell everybody how old you are today.
100 years old.
I think you need to say that again.
100 years old.
Wow, 100 years you have been with us. I bet you have just seen a lot of things. You're down here at McDonald's. You have breakfast every morning. Tell us, what are some of the biggest changes you've seen, you've experienced?
You're asking too much. This is limited. I can't think. My brain, I've been up early this morning, and my brain not,
Okay.
has it has limited energy left.
Well, let me ask you this. Here's a question.
I'll have to ask a question.
I got a good one for you, though. Tell me, what's the secret to being 100 years old? What's some wisdom, some nuggets you can actually give us?
Well, try to do the right thing in all walks of life, and respect the rights of others as you try to, of course, honor your own.
Right.
That's about it.
Wow. I am so honored. I am very honored to be here with you, to be sitting next to someone who has been a part of the world for 100 years. That is absolutely powerful. I know you have a very busy day, a lot of things to do. This is one last question. I got to ask you this, man. I got to ask you this. What did you do to keep looking so good?
Looking so good.
You look good, man.
Well, one thing I recognize, of course, that I'm a human being, then, I could do things to destroy myself if I'd let myself yield to all temptations. So avoid temptations that your mind, your thinking will not enhance your existence and life on earth, and keep on doing the right thing, not only by yourself, but for others that you come in contact with, and try not to hate anybody. Try to learn to love everybody, and find some justification for those who are wrong, to forgive them.
100 years, well spoken. I hope that one day I can be in your place with your wisdom. Thank you so much for sharing with us, with the Intercom Radio family. We appreciate you, Mr. Robie. God bless you. We pray that God will give you more time. I'm Harold Bennett, and I'm here at McDonald's in Southwest Atlanta, and I'm here on a great occasion. We're celebrating the birthday of Mr. William Thomas Robie, 100 years old, or 100 years young today. I'm sitting here at a table with a bunch of beautiful, charming, smart women. I'm going to let each introduce herself and talk a little bit about why they're here today.
Hi, I'm Joyce Jones, and I'm here to help celebrate the birthday of Mr. Robie, and for his 100th birthday. And I'm just honored to be here. Thank you.
My name is Jewel Johnson. I live in the area. I'm one of the community activists here, and I come here quite often. I'm here today to celebrate the birthday of 100 years of Mr. Robie, and I'm just so proud of him, and I'm proud to be here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Pamela Harris, and I'm proud to be here as well, celebrating Mr. Robie's 100th year. I think that this Breakfast Club is so needed for the community. It gives the retirees a place to get together and share, and I really think that it's helped to extend their lives.
I'm certain it has. And this type of thing is so important to see black men and to see black men who are our elders who can sit and can talk and can discuss what's happening in our community and can help us understand the power and the value that comes with their experience and what they can share with us. I'd like for each of you just to talk again about what this means for even for McDonald's and what this type of thing could really mean for our community going forward, to have this type of association of black men and even women who would get together and be willing to talk about, things and just be brothers and comrades. I'll start with the smart one here. I like her. She is just as yeah, she is, isn't she?
No, I was just amazed to see how many of our seniors that come here and get together each day. And it's just amazing to know how knowledgeable they are. To sit, it makes me want to come out and just sit around them, because you'll see how influential that the young men are, and to see how knowledgeable they are, and you'll learn so much from them. Because to sit here, it's not like sitting around a bunch of old men. It's like sitting around a much young and vibrant men. Men that could fill you with so much knowledge that you wouldn't even know that they had, and you would find where you would learn so much from. And it's really intriguing just to be here today, to see so many men, young men come out, to be here to celebrate Mr. Robie's 100th birthday, and it gives you hope that you would just have a chance to get near that age. And I hope I'm 70, and if I could come close to that, I would just be greatly appreciative.
All right.
A lot of Atlantans may remember Mr. Robie, one of the first black brokers. He was the owner of Empire Realty. I believe it was near Martin Luther King and Ashby Street. And aside from that, he is a World War I veteran. And that's just an honor within itself. There are not many World War I veterans still living. But this group reminds me of the village that I grew up in. And we grew up in a neighborhood where everyone looked out for each other. And it just gives me just a feeling of just comfort. And again, as Joyce and Jewel mentioned, there's so much knowledge and wisdom here. And if you're 60 and over, just come on over.
And made you the spokesman. Who are you, my friend?
I'm Walter Parker.
Okay. Tell us, bro. Mr. Parker, tell us what's going on and why it's important you to be down here today.
This is a festive day for Dr. Robie. But see, we started this 10 years ago. This is the 10th time we've had his birthday here, and McDonald's has been gracious to let us have it here. So it's like a record day for us because we're part of the same family. And I'm not from Atlanta, but I tell you what, it's the finest gentleman I've ever met. And I've been around the world, literally around the world twice, and that's a fine gentleman there. And when I first came, he was really kicking out the wisdom, and some things he would say, I would go back home and tell my young grandson the things that he said. And he's a tribute to this area. He's a tribute to the world, put it that way. Not just here, but to the world.
All right, Harold Bennett, and I'm sitting here with these brothers down here at McDonald's, and joining us, Brother Durley sitting there looking at me, who was one of the spiritual fathers of all of the black clergy in Fulton County. You got to see what it is, and to have him here. Brother Durley, is there anything you want to share? You want to say anything?
I think it's significant of what's going here. I'm not a regular member of the Breakfast Club. I come occasionally, but all of the guys here that we know. What's important and significant is that what kept the foundation, the historic, in the black college were places like this. It used to be the barbershop, but everybody's shaving their heads now and not going to the barbershop. But the men who come here, they carry on. And all of the young millennials, unless they have a foundation, and a foundation is predicated upon relationships. What this is about relationship. It might be Omega, it might be Kappa, it might be whatever it is, but you need, outside of those groups, you need a familiar basis with other people of like mind who are trying to do a lot. That's what's important about this group here. And it's in the community. It's not in Buckhead.
I am Harold Bennett. I'm here with Amanda Cooper and Clarence Robie, who is the son of William Thomas Robie. And Mr. Robie Sr. is celebrating 100 years of life today. Clarence, tell us about your dad and what it was like growing up with him and some of the biggest lessons you learned from him.
Well, my father was a lifelong educator. My father kind of taught us to never give up in a way. His life, he started out as the son of a sharecropper with a 5th grade education before he moved to Atlanta, and he came here, started working at 18, got drafted or joined the service, went into the military, served in World War II, came out of World War II, took advantage of the GI Bill to go back to school to finish out get his GED from Washington High School, and then go off to Clark, where he used the GI Bill to pay for that, and finished his valorous class at Clark. Went on to the University of Michigan because he couldn't get an MBA here in the South, so he got his MBA at the University of Michigan. So the lesson I learned from that is you just don't quit. You set goals and you just keep persevering, and things tend to work out. One of the things I kind of admire about him is the fact that once he got that MBA, he decided to come back south, come back home, and apply his trade. Take it to try to take the knowledge and the skill sets that he developed and deploy them here to benefit his community and his family. So one of the things I guess I learned from him is that you set high goals, and there are obstacles, but you just keep working at it, and eventually you can persevere. If you properly plan and organize your plan and you implement it properly, don't be afraid of taking a little bit of risk so that you can accomplish your goals. And I think that is a lesson that all of my brothers and sisters and I have learned.
Clarence, may I call you Clarence? Thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate your life and what you're doing. And your father is an example to us, and I'm just glad that I had a chance to talk with him today. All right? Love you, brother. Peace and love. All right, Harold Bennett, Amanda Cooper, Clarence Thomas Robie. I'm going to call him Clarence Thomas. You told me you're not the junior, but I'm still going to make you the junior. All right. Love you, man. Thank you. All right, bye-bye.